Okay, today we're going to cook a chicken. All right, simple operation. It's a simple thing to do, but unfortunately a lot of people are afraid. So let me go through the motions and I'm going to show you the best way to cook a chicken. Now, first of all, with the chicken, you want to clean it first. Salmonella poisoning is not a fun thing to have, so you want to make sure that you definitely get it cleaned up. Now, just grab a knife, open up the package, okay? You don't want to cut into the chicken, you just want to open the package, okay? Keep the knife in the sink compartment, that way it's not going to get all over the place. Now, what you do is you turn on the water here, trying not to use the hands that you're using. You should have the water on first, actually. Take your chicken and move it around. And there's going to be what's called gizzards inside it. Okay, now we're going to have to pull out the gizzard package, which is not very hard. It's just usually wrapped up just like it is. We're going to put that to the side. We're going to rinse out the body cavity. Okay, just rinse it up real nice and good. Just make sure it's nice and cleaned up there. Okay. Now, have a pan ready. So, I have this pan here ready, which I always use. It's a good pan. I'm going to just rinse a little bit more. Shut the water off. Sit the chicken in the pan. Spread it out a little bit. And now we're going to take the pan over to my prepping area. Okay? And what we do is we'll sit it here. Now, real quick, I want to dispose of the package. I just want to get that rid of. I want to get that clear. I don't use the gizzards. Some people do. I don't use them. I get rid of it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean up the pot, the dish that had all the chicken juice in it. Just throw some antibacterial soap on it. Okay, we're going to clean that up. Just make sure there's no contamination there. Then, we're going to grab a sponge real quick, antibacterial soap once again, and get that nice and soapy. We're just going to clean our area here that we did have the chicken exposed to, because we definitely do not want to get salmonella poisoning. It is something that you just don't want. Get everybody sick. It's not fun. So, let me just get that cleaned up a little bit. Got that real good. And I think that should do it. So, alright, now, here's the chicken, all spread out, ready to go. And what I like to do is I like to have, the first thing is garlic. Garlic is a key component to a chicken. And you want to be liberal with the garlic. I mean really liberal. Just spread it out real good, get a lot of garlic all over it. This is going to be a really good chicken, by the way. Then, you want to grab some, these are onion flakes. Believe it or not, this makes a huge difference. Throw some onion flakes in there. Be liberal with all your spices and stuff. Make sure you're liberal. Make sure you put plenty on it, because what's going to happen is as it cooks, it's going to fall off. And when it falls off, later on I'm going to show you how to make a great gravy. Awesome gravy. Okay? So, got the garlic, and one of my other secret weapons is Louisiana Cajun. Oh my God, this stuff is good stuff. So again, you want to be liberal. Now Louisiana can be a little bit spicy. So if somebody doesn't like spicy, this might not be the chicken for you. But remember, the spicy is going to be on the outside. It's going to be on the skin, okay? So it can be a little spicy, because if you don't like it, you pull the skin off. And then you're just going to have tender meat that has great, great flavor. All right, so remember that. It doesn't matter if you do get a little bit hot. Now, I'm going to reach in the refrigerator and I'm going to grab some red hot sauce. Now, my kids love this. This is something that pretty much goes on all the food that I make. All right, you got to have a little bit of red hot for pretty much everything you cook. This is good stuff. Now, you want to be somewhat generous with this, but not too much. You don't want to go crazy. Because, like I said, we're going to make a nice gravy after this. So just throw a few dabs on there. Just, get a little bit on there. And that should be about perfect. Now, put that over to the side here, and we will set our oven for 350 degrees. 350 degrees. Okay, now we got our oven set for 350 degrees. Before I place the chicken into the oven, one of the secrets is to pour water on the outside of the chicken. Just a little bit. You don't want to pour it on the chicken, because if you pour it on the chicken, all the spices that you just put on are going to come off, and you don't want to do that. But just pour a little bit of water around it, okay? Okay, I just put the water in, and now I'm going to stick it in the oven. And there it goes. Now, 2.5 hours. That's, I mean, it'll be ready earlier than that, but 2.5 hours is going to make the perfect chicken. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait maybe about 45 minutes to an hour, and I'm going to go back to the chicken, and I'm going to show you how to make a gravy, or at least get the gravy started. So for now, let's leave it at that. Okay, it's been about 45 minutes since the chicken's been in the oven, okay? Well, what I need to do is I need to show you what to do here. So we're going to pull the chicken out a little bit, and the water that I put into the chicken, I'm going to pour that into the cup. And you got to be careful, you don't want to get burned. Some people will use a spoon. I'm just going to pour it in there, okay? So I'm going to pour the juices into a cup, and then I'm going to pour the juices back onto the chicken, okay? And that way, this is like basting it. Like I said, some people use a spoon. For me, it's just as easy to just use a cup. You don't want to burn yourself, you want to be real careful. And we're also going to add a little bit of water to it. So a little bit more water. And you can pour the water right on top of it too. Okay, and then on the side. So you don't want to take all the stuff off the chicken, but you want to make sure that that gravy is going to be really good. Okay, and that looks pretty good there. Now we're going to take the chicken and we're going to place it back into the oven. And we're going to let it go for about another 45 minutes. And we'll be ready to start our gravy, and that's when I'll show you. Okay, we're back, we're ready. It's time to start making the gravy now. What we're going to do is we're going to grab a pot. Put the pot up here for a moment. We're going to pull the chicken out, okay? And here we go. Careful, it's very hot. We're going to take those juices that we made, and we're going to pour them right into the pot. Yeah, nice and hot there. Okay, we want to try and get all the moisture out of it, because the last hour that this chicken is cooking, we want it to start drying up. We want it to get crispy. Okay? So we're going to put the chicken back in. And we're going to go from 350 to 375. Okay? That way we're going to start crisping the chicken up a little bit. Get the skin nice and crispy. Okay. With the gravy, we're using the juices that we got. And we're going to make a little bit of a roux. So we take some flour out, and we grab a cup. Let's see here. There we go. Grab a spoon. We take about, I'd say, one good heaping teaspoon, tablespoon. Let's go 2 nice tablespoons. Okay. We're going to add some water to it. We're going to mix it up real good, okay? You make sure the water is not hot, just regular tap water, not hot, not cold, just kind of in between. Mix that up real good. And you want a consistency of maybe a little better than paste. So a little bit more liquidy than paste, okay? Mixed up. Alright, now let's put this away, get it out of my way. Okay, now you want to turn on your flame. I have an electric stove here, but you want to turn on your heat. Okay, now I'm going to grab a utensil here, a little whisk. You can use a spoon, but I like to use a little whisk here. Alright, we got the flour and the water all mixed up. That's all it is, just a little bit of flour and water. and we're going to start to pour the flour into the gravy mix. And as we do, you want to continue to stir it. You want to just keep stirring it. And you don't want to use it all right away. So we're going to put that to the side, and we're going to stir it. Just keep stirring it. And as it gets hot, it starts to bind together. Okay? And then when it cools down, that's when it will actually get thick. So we're just going to keep stirring it. See how it's starting to bind together? This will make a great gravy. Okay. And you know what? I'm going to grab a little bit more of my roux there. So let me grab that. Pour a little bit more in. Not a lot. We're not going to use it all. But that's going to be a nice consistency. It's starting to thicken up real nice. This is going to be a really good gravy. Really good gravy. Shut the flame off. Okay. See how that's getting nice and thick there? Take a look at that. Oh, that's going to be delicious. Absolutely delicious. Now we just let it cool. And that, my friends, are going to be a good gravy. Now, rinse the spoon off here a little bit. Okay. And I am just going to give that a little taste. Oh my God. That is a good gravy. Okay? That is wonderful. And that's it. That's the gravy. Now we're going to let the chicken cook. And I'll see you back in a few minutes. Okay, now we're back. The chicken should be ready now. So we're going to pull it out. Okay. Wow, look at that. Does that look good? Does that look good? All right. Okay, now we're going to cut into it. Ooh. Now look at the juices in there. Look at how juicy that is. Ah, that's delicious. With a nice crispy outside. Okay, don't want to mutilate it there. Just going to take a piece out. I just want to try that, and then I'm going to start serving the rest of my food. But here we go. Put a little gravy on that. Now that is a great chicken and a great gravy.